Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fantasy NBA Today, a sports ethos presentation presented by our great partners at FanDuel. My name is Aaron Bruski, and with me is the great Dr. A. And today we're going to be sorting through a 4-game Thursday night and a big-ass Friday, cutting into a big-ass weekend. And a happy Halloween, everybody. As usual, we're going to speed through all the information you need to know, including our top 6 must-add players of the night. We're going to give you our top 4 drop guys to ponder. We're not saying you got to drop them. And we'll both bring you our 2 players of the night, multiple streamers, storylines for tonight's games, and then whatever you guys want to call. As a potpourri, I think we're going with potpourri for now. Doc, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. What's your kid going to be tonight for Halloween?
Well, I just went over the school's like right around the corner from my house. He is a scary lion. It's actually more cute than scary. My favorite costume over there, some kid probably in like 3rd or 4th grade, was one of the characters from Squid Game. Probably one of the people that doesn't make it. And I was like, hey, good job, parents, showing your kids Squid Game.
Silas last night was Sully from Monsters Inc. And his mom was Mike Wazowski or whatever his name is. And they placed in our trivia costume contest tournament or whatever. So that was exciting. And then I think today he's going to be Luigi and she's going to be Mario. And they've got press-on mustaches and all that. So
what are you going to be, Doc? I'm a dinosaur tonight. Pure laziness. It's the only costume I have. What are you going to be?
I'll be wearing exactly what I'm wearing right now, plus a jacket, and I will have a Yeti with a beer in it as I'm walking around the square.
Well played, sir. I think next year we dress up. What do you say?
I like being Santa Doc, and I break out some Christmas gear around Christmas for this podcast. But I'm not a big Halloween dresser-upper guy.
All right. You guys send us what you want Doc to wear, and he will definitely do it. Please do that. Send that to @EthosFantasyNBA. Also, consider subscribing to the show. I'm not kidding. If you tell us what Doc needs to wear, we will drive to Atlanta, and we will, or Delagana. Thank you very much. We will get him in that costume. Delanaga? Damn it, I can't talk. No news at the top of the show, at least I don't think. I mean, Anthony Davis might be some newsy stuff that we hear about sometime in the coming days, but he's not going to play in Saturday's game. But really, it's a straightforward review last night and check into, we got Luka questionable. Okay, I guess that's news. Luka questionable.
Oh, I like it. I need him back.
You know, I'm not ready for the Jake LaRavia experience to end. I think we need to see more Jake LaRavia. But no, I would actually probably rather see Luka back. I think the world would rather see Luka back as well.
I've got Jake LaRavia written down on my show notes.
We have evolved to Jake LaRavia written down on show notes. All right. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. He's struggling, but whatever. He had a big game last time out. So great job, Jake. Check out sportsethos.com. Subscribe to the show. You're going to want to do that because we got all sorts of content flying around in different places. You just want to get locked into each of the different platforms that we're on. Hit the thumbs up button. Apparently that helps out with algorithms and stuff. Not that we care about that so much. And welcome, new listeners. It's good to see you guys. And let's get locked in here as we're going to look at our top 6 must-add players from last night. Doc, who do you got?
Well, Ryan Rollins. I was hyping up Ryan Rollins in yesterday's show with Tim. And the dude, he's balling. And he looks right. He's passing the eye test. He had 32 points, 8 assists, 5 3-pointers. Nothing else really, but I don't care. He just looks like he wants to steal this job from Kevin Porter Jr., who is out indefinitely. So Ryan Rollins should be rostered everywhere. He's 36% owned in Yahoo leagues, which means, 64% not owned. Make sure Ryan Rollins is not available in your league. AJ Mitchell did it again for Oklahoma City. He was quiet early. He came on strong late. He had 20 points, only 1 rebound, 2 assists, but he did have 2 steals and 2 triples. If you look at his game log, everything is just so consistent. Like he's just been great. And then if I need to add a third one, I guess I would say Colin Sexton there in Charlotte. It seems like he's one of their most reliable scorers, and I think he's probably going to have a good season.
Yeah, that kind of working backwards. Sexton looks like he's got a clear role for this team. It feels like that role might just get better with time. He's just got to stay healthy on his side, which more or less I'm not so worried about. So that feels rock solid. The AJ Mitchell one's super interesting because at some point Jalen comes back, and then what happens at that point? And what's the stat set look like? He's been great. I want to say he's made like 19 of 19 free throws this season. And then in the also confused observation department, I think he's defending well. I saw a stat that he was like his opposing shooting was something very low against him. I hate that stat. I want to say it was Bobby Marks tweeted that out, but whoever tweeted that out, he's just fitting in really, really well in OKC. And I really think it's a coin flip, maybe even like a probable outcome that he is good when Jalen Williams gets back. So that's a fun ad. He's had 3 games in 4 nights here. And so that is now come to pass. He would be a drop discussion guy. I think I might even have him in the drop discussion department as a candidate, just because what happens when Jalen Williams comes back. And then Ryan Rollins, this is a preview, I think, of what it'll look like if all goes to hell in Milwaukee and Giannis doesn't want to play or whatever's happening with the drama and they just get cut loose. Ryan Rollins will be at the top of that with or without Kevin Porter back. So this was what we wanted to see happen with Ryan Rollins. He's the guy that's got the long-term upside, both this year and going forward. And I hope he can just keep it going because Kevin Porter Jr. will complicate things, especially if Giannis is back in the fold and stealing all of the stats. I had Bilal Coulibaly. He returned just 24 minutes, but racked up a hell of a stat line: 16 points, 2 triples, 8 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. Really filling it up. Didn't have an adverse impact so much on Keyshawn George. I see that Cheshire smile over there. I don't know what that is, but we'll get back to you in a second here, Doc. This is what the new normal for him. You know, poppy lines every so often. You think he can be, say, like a top 100 guy going forward, Doc?
Well, he's 26% rostered. So is he worth a flyer at this point? Absolutely. Is there a chance this ends up being one of his best games of the season and we're going to see the bottom fall out in the next 2 weeks? Yes. I don't trust Bilal Coulibaly at all. The reason I've always been a Bilal guy is because of this stat line. 16, 8, 4, 1, and 3 with 2 triples. That's awesome. But you only get it once every 2 or 3 weeks. And while he didn't ruin Keyshawn George did not exactly go off, and I'm still a little concerned about all of it.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that game fairly closely. It was kind of a really interesting matchup because you got Oklahoma City, they wreck box scores all the time. Now they're down some players. So maybe that dynamic really wasn't in play in this game, but I thought that they functioned fairly well. I thought Keyshawn George functioned fairly well in that game. Yeah, the numbers were down, but I'm not worried about Keyshawn. I feel like they're all in on Keyshawn. I might be worried about other players. At some point, it's got to be Chris Middleton, who's got to exit stage left. But until then, it's probably Corey Kispert who takes the hit. I think Cam Whitmore who takes the hit. And I think these 2 guys are in their plans. And so my overall take is I'm more optimistic on Bilal than probably you are, Doc. I just think the Wizards are better as a basketball team than we've seen in the past. And I think that's going to just help everybody. It's going to be the rising tide to lift all boats there in Washington. Moving it along to Ryan Kalkbrenner has not missed a shot all season. And granted, they're all little bunnies. They're right around the hoop. He had 17 last night points, 7 boards, 1 steal, 3 blocks. The value is great. watching him play in game 1 and even in the preseason, I just thought, I don't know if this guy's going to be played off the court or what. Like, he's really big. He's got some athletic elements to him, but when you just look at kind of like in small spaces, can he slide over and get to the spot? And the answer was no. It's still kind of no, but there has been good improvement in the small amount of time that he's been on the floor. He does what he does well, and also I watched Orlando really just kind of like nonchalant him, not pay attention to him at all, and so he got a lot of easy ones in that game, and maybe that'll just be the thing that happens all season. It's Charlotte. Nobody cares. I mean, when LaMelo Ball's on the other side, I get my daily LaMelo Ball dis in. When LaMelo Ball's on the other side, just chucking threes like nobody cares and not running back on defense, I don't think teams get up for that at all. So it might be the case that Kalkbrenner just cruises, gets a bunch of easy big man lines, and is just great all season long. Or alternatively, he and Moussa Diabate just kind of go back and forth, with Kalkbrenner getting the majority of the good fantasy lines and Diabate having too many holes in his game to be worth anything. And it's just Kalkbrenner's fantasy position to have. So that would be number 2. And I'll throw Cason Wallace out there. I think he's rostered most places, but I don't know if people think he's as good as he is. He had 4 steals, 2 blocks, 12 points, 2 triples, 5 boards, 3 assists, 0 turnovers. They're trusting him with the ball in Oklahoma City. He's just allowed to kind of penetrate and look around and see what he wants to do. And he's not being so assertive that it becomes problematic, but they really do trust him. And I think what we'll be looking at for him in future seasons is like early round stuff, and kind of like starting to move towards like not all-star consideration in that environment at OKC, but if he was on another team that was good, maybe he would start to get some talk in that area. So Cason Wallace is absolutely awesome. Let me know if you got any thoughts on that, Doc.
Yeah, I had 3 other guys written down. I'm just going to name their names and we'll move on. Anthony Black, if Jalen Suggs remains out. Tristan Da Silva had a nice game. I had him in my FanDuel lineup. I was trying to let my buddies win last night, and my whole squad just went nuts again, and I won by 30. And then Simone Fontecchio had a nice game, so put him on your radar.
Look at you with the deep league cuts. I love it. The 4 drops from last night. Doc, I give it back to you. Who do you like as the drop talk?
Al Horford is not getting it done, and I don't know if it's Steve Kerr. I don't know if it's the fact Al Horford's like 41, but 20 minutes, 3 points, 2 boards, 2 blocks, 1 3. I just don't enjoy having guys that score 3 points in my lineup. Horford has not popped yet this year. He took 2 games off an entire back-to-back set. He shut it down so that he could come back fresh for the next one. He had like 4 points and 2 boards in that one. Now he has 3 points. I'm kind of done with Al Horford for now. I don't know if you just straight up drop him, but I'm not playing him on busy nights, that's for sure. And if you want to drop him and pick up one of the hot guys we just talked about, do it. AJ Green from Milwaukee, 33 minutes, 10 points, very few other stats, 3 threes. I'm just not an AJ Green guy. I'm not feeling that. And Brandon Podziemski, I'm not dropping him. But, man, Steve Kerr just has a way of making things not so fun. Podziemski should be balling right now, but he's not. 9 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals, 1 3, 26 minutes. I need more from you, Brandon.
Yeah, my LaMelo is your Steve Kerr. Podziemski, yeah, I think it's gonna be tough for him. It's if you got Jonathan Kuminga, and he was actually my guy to talk about, because I think I faded him a little bit, and I've faded him kind of in general. Just the way that his career trajectory has started, and just some of the stuff probably local here in Sacramento. I'll just be honest about that.
He had a good game last night, though, right?
Yeah, he did. And that's why I wanted to bring him up, because I think Kuminga is a polarizing topic in fantasy leagues because of the stat set issues. And right now he's a top 75 value on the season. He had 24 points last night, 2 triples, 8 boards, 4 assists, 1 block, hit 63% of his shots, made all 8 of his free throws. That's great. He did have 5 turnovers. So, and that was actually some of the stuff from last show I did 2 days ago. He had the bad game, and it seemed likely that he would be in a bounce back position and that they would try to assist that in Golden State. That's what happened. Now they played poorly. So all that stuff, you throw it into a pot, and basically you just say, hey, he's top 75. We don't care. Let's just keep rolling him out there, and let's have a little faith in Jonathan Kuminga. The 55% shooting is probably a little bit rich. It's definitely a little bit rich. And then his free throw at 82.8% is, well, good job. We'll see if he can keep it up. But those two things, once they regress, we might be having a Jonathan Kuminga discussion again. Though in head-to-head leagues, if you don't care about percentages, then you can kind of throw that out the window, and he's just cruising for you the rest of the season. But if he's good, Brandon Pajemski might have a harder time being good as well. My other drops are kind of mechanical, or my drop talk, I should say. Maybe that's the show segment name.
Were you drop talking Kuminga? You're not suggesting anyone.
I was drop talking him 2 days ago after his slow game, and not recommending a drop, just to be clear. Because
just drop talking.
Yeah, drop talk. It's drop talk. I think we might be onto something there. Is Kuminga a sell high? I see a little, I hear a little birdie in my ear asking that question. I would say yes. It's iffy, because I don't know. Like, what if Kuminga plays well? I mean, you kind of got a reasonable contract. Maybe they keep him.
Well, I think it's interesting that Steve Kerr came out and kind of hyped him up. Said, we like him. He's good to go. And, I mean, Kuminga's playing good, man.
That could be trade market fodder, like to heat up his market. That's the smart move for Golden State. But what if he's good? I don't know.
He's a sell-high player.
I think he's a sell-high player. Because if he gets traded somewhere, and they'll probably want to showcase him, but he has it great right now in Golden State. I mean, you have a Mount Rushmore level player in Steph Curry attracting all that attention. You've got 2 great passers in Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. You've got a lot of good things happening around Jonathan Kuminga. And looking at what Andre is saying, not making any sense of that. But I am going to say that Jonathan Kuminga is good to go. And he's in this drop segment only because 2 days ago, I was fading him a little bit and asking the question, would we be dropping him in a couple days? The answer is no. Jalen Williams of OKC has been good lately, and I don't know that continues as guys get healthy. So that's just kind of more of a mechanical drop. Bub Carrington, I think it's safe to just say goodbye. What would you say, Doc?
What did he do last night? Was he garbage?
Garbage.
I had him in my FanDuel lineup to begin with, and I moved him. I got out and got Ryan Rollins in there instead. Thank goodness. I think you. Bub is a streamer. He's a FanDuel. You get lucky with him one night. I don't know that you want Bub on your season-long roster.
I wasn't excited about Bub coming into the year, but I think we've all kind of watched him and hoped for more, and then getting signed by Clutch maybe made you think, all right, maybe there's something here. Maybe he's in line for a step forward. It's just not happening this season. It feels like he's more afterthought compared to some of their other players that they're higher on. And then Con Knippel was my last one. 27 minutes, basically nothing. I think it's going to be feast or famine for him, and feast is going to look like 4 3-pointers.
He had an off night. He just had an off night. He'll be
fine. Oh, yes. Look at you going in on Knippel. I love it.
Dr.
All right.
Buzzkill.
Well, Dr. Buzzkill over here. But hey, you could talk about Con. It's your time. It's Dr. A's Guys of the Night.
Hey, Dr. A's Guys of the Night. I'm going to talk about
brought to you by Knippel.
My favorite person ever. Well, not really, but Victor Wembanyama, man. It's just must-see TV.
You were gonna. We might as well name the segment after him.
Well, on nights when Matas Buzelis is playing, it's going to be Buzelis. It's going to be the Buzelis.
It's just alternating guys.
Yeah, but last night it was the Wemby zone. 27 points, 18 boards, 6 assists, a steal,
Absurd.
5 blocks, a 3. It's just so stupid. Are we going to have to ban Wemby from fantasy leagues in 3 years? And right now I'm going to say no, just because everybody's always hurt and he could go down at any time. And there's no given in fantasy hoops because so many people are hurt. Like, somebody was yelling at me today, texting me like, why didn't you let me draft Jalen Williams? Like, why didn't you tell me he was hurt? Because his wrist surgery thing didn't really come out until right when we were starting to draft teams. And as soon as I heard that, I got out. So anyway, Wemby is, if the Spurs are playing, they are on my TV. And then not really one of my guys, but he accidentally became one when I bought him in an auction league unintentionally. But I bought Andrew Wiggins when I really wanted Norman Powell. And I got Wiggins, and it's worked out beautifully because Powell's hurt. Wiggins is balling, 24 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, 2 threes last night for the Heat. Those are the 2 guys that I was most excited about last night.
Yeah, Wiggins, the tweets around the game were really impressed with the aggression. And I'm sure they all said, look, Andrew, go score. We need you. And no Norm. Yeah, absolutely. Get in there, Wiggins. And he has a funny way of just finishing with top 100 value all the time. So when he gets forgotten and he's having a bad go of it, you can almost guarantee that he's going to bounce back, and that's going to be what he's going to do. Okay, so I've got a De'Aaron Fox player of the night sighting, though it's not about Fox. It's about Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle when De'Aaron inevitably returns here. And I find this to be fascinating. I think the answer to what I'll talk about is basically that depending on your needs, go with the one that fits your needs. But on one hand, you sort of have slow and steady wins the race Dylan Harper, who's got a 48% shot from the field, 81% from the foul line, 2 turnovers a game, 26 minutes. Like, it's not hard to see Dylan Harper getting 26 minutes going forward and sort of just keeping on with this top 125, 150 in a 9-cat league value. And he's got 14.5 points, a triple, 4.6 boards, 4.6 assists, 0.8 steals, 0 blocks doesn't help. But like, he's going to cruise along and do this. Now, Castle, I love to say that name. Castle is shooting 59.5% from the foul line on 8.4 attempts per game. That is a really, really tough pill to swallow. If you could swallow that, you get yourself 19 points, a 3.5, 6 boards, 6 assists. I think I got a little typo on my my voice dictation stuff here. It's a crazy stat line. It's 1.6 steals.
Castle's been so fun.
Yeah, I mean, look, if not for the foul line and the turnovers, he's got what's his turnover number? It's massive. It's where'd that thing go? It's 5. Where'd that thing go? It's like 5 turnovers a game. It's like 5 turnovers a game, and 32 minutes a game. Stephon Castle. So on one hand, you got the slow and steady wins the race, and then you just got Castle out there just going bonkers. Just he's lighting up everything, even the bad stats. So I don't think in a roto setting I would want to have Stephon Castle at all. I think this would be brutal in a roto setting. In a head-to-head setting, I think I would like Castle if I'm not caring about those things. Where do you sit? Who do you like better, Harper or Castle?
Wow. 5.5 turnovers for Castle and 59.5% free throws.
It's crazy. With all those other great stats. He's a 110 in 8-cat leagues and 240 in 9-cat leagues.
Then how is he shooting 53% from the field? Like, what a bizarre stat set he has. I'm with you. I think he probably is disastrous in a roto league, but having him in a head-to-head league and watching him just pile up these numbers.
And then what happens with Fox? I'm just so curious about this. I went big on Fox in the B150, and you don't pay the guy, I think, a franchise record money. Obviously, Wemby's the number one there, but like you don't pay De'Aaron Fox that money unless you're going to tell De'Aaron Fox to go grab the ball and go. And so somebody's got to take a hit. There's other guys that can take a hit here, but Castle.
Well, it's interesting. It's like the Jalen. What does Jalen Williams do to AJ Mitchell when he comes back? That one I have no idea. I could see him not impacting AJ Mitchell at all, or I could see him ruining AJ Mitchell. Like I don't know which way that one's going to go. Now, De'Aaron Fox coming back is certainly going to do something to Stephon Castle. However, what it also might do is get rid of 3 of those turnovers per game because Fox is going to have the ball in his hands.
3 or 4 of the foul shots too.
And maybe 3 or 4 of the foul shots because Castle's shooting 8.4 a game. And that's a big number that will hurt your free throw percentage on your team. So I love Castle. I haven't done really a deep dive to see what he's doing to the teams I have him on. I'm probably going to do that when we're done today. I'm going to sit down and analyze if I really need Stephon Castle in my life. But he's fun. I don't really have. I think settings and all of that will determine which one you like better. I just found it to be really interesting that you got the old tortoise and the hare here, and also Fox coming back to make it completely confusing. My other player of the night is Desmond Bane, and this is another B150 special that he is just so struggling right now in terms of stats, and he's off the 150. He's at 160 and 205. But this is as buy low gets, guys. I want you guys to get in on Desmond Bane. There's nothing about his projections or his stats that's like really kind of wild and out there. The only thing that could stop him from being the player that we all know he is injuries. That's the only thing that will stop Desmond Bane. You have a classic situation of a new guy on a team with a heavy utilization player in Paolo Banchero trying to figure it out on the fly. But the two things that you guys can sort of hang your hat on, his steal rate is ridiculously low. It's as low as it will ever be. It's a complete outlier. And then the other thing that's a complete outlier, it's actually a couple of them, but the other is his assist rate. And what we saw in this last game is he's actually passing the ball successfully. So you again have this classic scenario of all those things coming together, and this player having a slow start. This is great for you guys out there. His 3-point rate is actually really low too, and this is something that's a core portion of his game. And so I think him being on the ball a little bit more is maybe questionable about how that goes for him overall, but generally having the ball in your hand is a good thing. So Desmond Bane is such a ripe buy low. I don't know what you can do to get that, but maybe like throw a top 75 guy out there, see what you can get, and you might cash in huge. So Doc, if you got any thoughts on that, just spit them out. I do. I'm a little worried about Desmond Bane.
Nice.
Bring
the worry.
Just a little worry.
Come on. Inject
KCP,
that worry into the crowd.
KCP left Denver and went to Orlando and just like was buried in a hole at the free throw line.
Now you got me worried a little now.
The only thing that was sticking out of the floor was his head. He was buried in the sand.
So is that a Paolo thing?
Dude, I don't know what it is. And I'm not saying Desmond Bane is not going to get this figured out and go off in Orlando because, like you said, man, he's a damn good player. I trust Desmond Bane, but he's got a whole new bag, man, a whole new set of teammates to figure out. He was kind of the man in Memphis. I don't know. Here's
they
where
traded
I am
their entire future for him.
I don't have Desmond Bane on any teams, but I will mess with him in, daily FanDuel, and I'm not touching him again until he gets it together because One of the notes I got from one of my buddies last night was like, Desmond Bain sucks. And I looked, he had him in his FanDuel lineup, and he did suck. But I'm with you. I think Desmond Bain is a very good buy low candidate right now. And I think you could cash in. But a little part of me is a little worried that Franz and Paolo and their presence and their aura in Orlando might be too much for him to overcome.
I need you to send word to ESPN, Doc, to reverse whatever they did with their box scores.
Oh my God, dude, it's killing me.
The last night was so hard on a 4-game night. It felt like a 13-game night. And
is killing
and I don't like the bagging on platform providers for this stuff that's going on out there. Like, the industry's struggling enough. Let's cut everybody some slack a little bit. But like this is brutal. Like you read something for years and then they just shift everything off to the right, and I can't take it anymore. But what I will say is
the thing is, it's only been one day, dude. We'll get used to it, and we'll forget about it.
You said that a long time ago when RotoWorld did an update to their website. You were right. I was wrong. I was like, this is going to be the end of everything. 2 days later. Okay, that's fine.
I was right?
You were right.
Oh, wow.
Of course you were.
Weird. That's weird. I think once we adjust to it, it'll be okay. But right
days
now,
of the week clock is right once out of every 7 days of the week. But he had 7 assists, Desmond Bain. That's what I was trying to figure out here. And that tells me that, like, at least that portion of the plan is working. And with Jalen Suggs out, I mean, it does put Bain in a little bit of a different spot than he's accustomed to. Oh, you got that thing? Are you going to show it? Look at that thing. Did I get that for you, or did Casey get that for you?
This came from my sister-in-law, Wendy.
For those of you who can't see on the video, Doc is holding up a days of the week clock for us. Those of us who do not know which day it is. It's Friday.
It is Friday.
It's Friday on Halloween, everybody.
Oh,
tell me what you're doing. Are you going big?
It's the 31st. If you flip that around, it's the 13th. Come on.
We're doing costumes next year, dude. We're gonna be ahead of the game. We're gonna plan it out. We're doing costumes.
I'll put a jersey and a hat on.
Sweet, folks. If you can improve upon that, please send that into @EthosFantasyNBA. This last thing on Bain here, it's he's I love the fact that there's this concern. It's like these are the calls that are the tough ones to make. Like when it's legitimately concerning that you got Paolo Banchero and his 5 million usage and Franz Wagner, who's established as a guy, you're just like, how does this shake out? And do you trust the gut? Do you trust the projections? Do you trust the numbers? It doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel great. Like the better question, instead of a top 75 player, is do you put something out there like top 50? Do you put something out there like top 60? I had Desmond Bain, I think, without looking, something in like the 20s in the B150. So that's a huge value swing if that pans out. So Desmond Bain, right on the radar there. Let's talk streamers, Doc. I don't know what we're naming this segment, but how many streamers we're bringing to the table here? I have
islands in the stream, fields of streams.
Okay. None of that works.
I've got my number one streamer tonight, and he's not even a streamer anymore with Drew. With Trae Young going down, Nickeil Alexander-Walker should be grabbed everywhere. I didn't look up his ownership percentage.
I bet it's stupid low.
But his price on FanDuel tonight's $5,800. I'm locked and loaded.
That's such a good price that I almost wonder, how you got to play contrarian a lot in order to win big tournaments. I almost wonder if you have to fade that because every single person in America will be on that.
Well, if you're playing in a big one, yes. If I'm playing with four,
are you going to let them win?
I will call them 4 friends from Indiana. Then I think I can probably.
Then you just roll with it, yeah. Who else you got?
He is 32% rostered.
32%. Come on.
Come on, people. And then I'm kind of into one of the most inefficient players in the NBA, Jarris Walker, is one of the few healthy Indiana Pacers right now. He's $5,100 on FanDuel. He's available in some leagues. And then the third guy I've got on my list, Brew, is your guy, Jake LaRavia.
Yeah.
$4,900 on FanDuel. Same price, I might add, as Colin Gillespie. They're both $4,900. And then I've got a list of other guys that I would like to rattle off either now or when we're done, when you're done.
Let me just get my Jake LaRavia love out here. I think this is a slow percolating kind of a deal for LaRavia. It's unfortunate, but it feels like they're gonna just kind of slow roll this thing and then finally maybe mid-season give him a lot more responsibility. But clearly he can handle it. And the free throw shooting and the defensive stats haven't been there for him. But it's just this guy. He's more answer than problem in LA. And yeah, LeBron will come back at some point, and I don't even know if that'll be a bad thing for him. It's going to just be dependent upon who do the powers that be like, and if they like LaRavia, then he'll be good. And we just got to see the stat set improve, which it was improving it was good in Memphis. His stat set. He was getting good fantasy value in like 20 minutes per game. And by the way, that's who they play tonight is Memphis. So
we had a little grudge game.
He's a chill guy. He's probably just like a small uptick in interest. I'll go. I like to just kind of find the diamonds in the rough or the things that just are super interesting. Like Aaron Nesmith, like what's his ownership percentage on Yahoo as I talk about him here?
I will tell you.
He's been terrible this season, and everybody in Indy's been terrible. And this can't happen all year.
Has he missed a bunch of games too?
Nesmith, I don't have his games count in front of me.
I feel like he missed 2 or 3 games.
He might as well have, because he could be on the side of a milk carton.
He's 25% rostered.
This is a guy, I know that sometimes in head-to-head settings, the stats don't pop. But this is a guy who like perennially finishes kind of top 75, top 90. And we've seen him be one of the better players in the NBA. Let's just be honest. Like in the playoffs, this guy was just insane. The combo of the strength and the speed and being able to shoot the three and be a high-end defender that's, kind of like almost like a top 10, top 5 almost defender at, in the NBA. It doesn't line up with what we've seen this season. 4 games. So he's playing 32 minutes. But here's the thing. He's shooting 29% from the field and 28% from the foul line. It's not a lot of free throws.
I thought you were going to say, it's not funny, Steve. Well, it's not funny.
I mean,
why are you laughing?
Damn, you could challenge Aaron Nesmith to a free throw shooting contest. Like you get out there with a blindfold on and see if you can make 28% of your free throws. That's the other thing we need to get you on video doing. Okay, so yeah, Nesmith is got to be good at some point, and if he's just hanging around your waiver wire, I mean, this is a team with nobody healthy. Nesmith should theoretically be a beneficiary of that. Ray J. Dennis is the easy answer here, and he's probably picked up in competitive leagues, but he's going to be good, I think. I was wrong. There was news. It's the Trae Young. I think that is very newsy right now. Something that's 12 hours old or 18 hours old to me feels like it was like 5 weeks ago. But getting an MRI is a little bit concerning. Whether you're a Hawks backer, obviously if you're a GM that has Trae Young, that's concerning. And then you've got the Nickeil Alexander-Walker angle here with 28% ownership or whatever it is. This could be something. And then Nickeil Alexander-Walker could be stepping into a starting point guard role and putting up, top 75 numbers for some amount of time. Pretty big news story. Doncic participated in shoot around Friday. So there you go. Who else?
The rest of my streamer list. Are you done?
Throw it on me. Not really, but if you want to go,
you're not done. Keep
Age
going.
before beauty. Oh, I'll
No,
keep
keep
going.
going.
Okay.
I thought you were done.
Josh Minot should be. I kind
Oh,
of feel like he's a must roster
oh,
player. Like it's happening. It's happening,
dude,
everybody.
Tim went off about Minot yesterday. He's right there with you. He's like, this guy. This guy.
It's on. I think that they've maybe figured it out. Him and Namish Keita addressing rebounding issues. Believe it or not, I don't know that I would believe that long term, but that's kind of the numbers suggest that he can do that for them. But yeah, no, that and a Dembona in the same game, like that's these are players that need to be on rosters. Sam Hauser is a good streamer. I will throw in for my third streamer. None of them. I'll wait. I'll wait till the rattle it off time. So let's hear your rattle it off.
So I said NAW, Jarris Walker, and Jake LaRavia were my top three, and then Gillespie, obviously, Colin Gillespie.
Thank you for that. Obviously,
Royce O'Neal just keeps on rolling. Jeremy Grant, Ray J. Dennis, as you mentioned, $4,800 on FanDuel, and then Cedric Coward had a bad game last game, but I think he'll bounce back tonight. Cam Spencer has been quietly doing a little bit of stuff. If you're in a deep league, he might be worth it. Jalen Tyson in Cleveland has been doing some things. He's worth keeping an eye on. And then we haven't talked about Kyle Filipowski very much this year, but Filipowski, I think, is a good streamer tonight.
That's a good list. I like that list a lot. Let's see where I can augment. Toronto and Cleveland both play Friday, Sunday. Colin Murray Boyles has been a little bit noisy. I don't see a path to value, but if you want to just take a chance on some young player upside, I think that could be a thing. I liked your Tyson call. Like in Chicago for their Friday, Sunday, you could maybe look at Ayo Dosunmu. They've got New York tonight, and he's kind of a player you might want to play against a team like New York. I like all these Utah players. Hell, the best one might be Svi Mikhailiuk.
Look at you, bro. You've come so far.
You know what? I'm trained by the best. Thank you so much, Andre Lamouche. Sensabaugh, Filipowski, Clayton, Hendricks. That's like what? Ace Bailey, 5-6 potential streamers.
It's the whole team, dude. It's
the whole team.
Keontae is going crazy. It's so
fun. I'm happy for Keontae because for a long time it didn't look like it was happening, and now it kind of seems like it's happening. I'll just not even mention Colin Gillespie. That just didn't happen right now. Ryan Dunn feels like maybe the Royce O'Neal Ryan Dunn pendulum will swing Ryan Dunn's way. If you need one game only and you're in the deepest league ever, Peyton Watson. And then in the mutiny game for the Pelicans tonight, they only got one game, so this is gonna be kind of an add and drop unless you really like what you're getting here. Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen. But as we talk about tonight's game, as you're going to be, you don't get trick-or-treaters out there in the woods, right?
We've never had a trick-or-treater at our house.
Like
21 years.
Folks, you know what to do.
Now,
find Dr. A's house and show up.
When we were in Indiana in a community with everybody had the same pop-up house and everybody lived 2 feet away from each other and everybody got in their wagon and went trick-or-treating like that. That was the real deal right there. But we moved to the middle of nowhere. And I mean, there's 7 houses on my street, but we've never had kids in any of them. And nobody's brave enough to come down my driveway, bro.
Oh, nice.
Especially in the dark.
Put the fear of God in their hearts. I feel like I should live stream our Halloween. It's like a festival environment. Everybody's got like full blown, they're like competing to give out full blown chocolate bars, full size Snickers, just there's so much. And then people serve shots on the porch. I mean, it is party central and everybody's got kids and it is just like the sidewalks are packed and it goes till 8:30 and I bought 5 bags of candy from Costco and I feel like I didn't buy enough. So we'll see
awesome.
if I survive.
Are you handing out big bars?
No. No. I'm not gonna give the kids that much sugar. I'm
Dude,
leaning towards apples.
Oh God, come on, dude.
I'm
Don't be
kidding. I'm
that.
kidding. I wouldn't
Don't be
do
that
that. I
guy.
wouldn't do that to the kids.
Are you gonna give
But
them a box of raisins?
honestly, if I gave them if I went full size Snicker bars, like one neighbor, crazy ass neighbor down the street went full size Snicker bars, they must have spent like $1,000 on candy. So
Well, when there's a house in this neighborhood that I live close to where we have gone trick or treating, and they give out full size Snicker bars, and like once the first person gets a full size Snicker bar, the word spreads like wildfire, man, and everybody's just making a beeline for that house.
I mean, I'm kind of crapping on them, but that is actually really cool. Like, and Halloween for the kiddos is just one of the best things ever. So we'll let them gorge, and then we'll pay the price later. Speaking of gorging, are you going to gorge tonight on some basketball?
Yeah. Is this the potpourri segment?
No, this is the "What are you watching tonight" segment.
Oh, I'm not ready for that. You know what? This is my story. I'm doing this as my storylines because that's all I've got written down. Brew, I'm watching the 2-3 Atlanta Hawks at the 0-4 Indiana Pacers because I want to see Nikhil
Doc Bowl.
I want to see NAW go off. I want to see Jarris Walker go off. I want to see my boys Bob and Dominique on TV. And you know what else I want to see? You know what else? I want to see a Dyson Daniels pop, a Dyson Daniels explosion against a horrible Indiana team.
Please, for the love of crumb cake, a Dyson Daniels explosion. I mean, I had him highly ranked. I think I have him in one spot because the steals are so easy to come by for me that a lot of these steals guys don't make it to me. But I think he's a huge buy low, and just, come on, it's got to happen.
The other thing I'm watching tonight is the 2-2 Knicks at the 4-0, my new team, Brew. Did I tell you I've jumped on the Chicago Bulls bandwagon?
Oh, you're a Bulls fan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How nice.
I'm 48 hours into being
between the two of us. We have like 10 of the 30 teams covered. I like this.
So the 4-0 Bulls are hosting the 2-2 Knicks. You and Kamla were super high on the Knicks winning the East. I was not.
That's not a thing. I got a Cleveland victory, I believe, but I don't like the East.
I thought you were high on the Knicks.
I don't get high on the Knicks this year. No.
Okay. No. All right. My bad. In any case, I don't like the way that they're using. I mean, it's like the same old. They're playing 5 guys 35 minutes, and then Hart plays 25 off the bench, and nobody else plays. Knicks are still weird to me, and now they don't have their coach. So I want the 4-0 Bulls to kick their ass tonight and be 5-0. And then I want to watch the odds of Chicago on FanDuel just keep going down and down, like getting lower and lower, and like less money in return if you bet on the Bulls to win something, like their division, the East, the championship. Because right now the FanDuel odds on the Bulls winning it all are insane. But I want to see if Buzelis and Vooch and Giddey can keep it going. And if the Bulls keep winning and keep looking this good, Vooch isn't going anywhere.
Oh, yeah, that's a great point right there. And that's a huge fantasy angle as well. I mean, the Buzelis thing is just so interesting because he's still up and down, right? Like, he had a bad game, and, I'm sure people were pretty disappointed about that. But there's just few players in the league where when you see him on film, it was like when Jalen Johnson played in the playoffs for like 12 minutes, and I'm like, what the hell's that dude's gonna be dominant? And then I'm like yelling about it at the top of my lungs over here, and seeing in the preseason that guy's gonna go nuts, and then it happens. This is Buzelis, right? This is like literally the same exact thing. It's just he glides out there so well, and he's so big, and he's just going to get so good. And then that's going to show up in the win-loss column, and the Bulls will be a good story. They don't even have Kobe White right now, and they're going to be great. I'm gonna jump in, and I'm also going to be watching Indy. I think that just where does this team go? There's got to be fantasy value in here somewhere. Yeah, I think it'll get better as they can return some players, but in the meantime, like Jay Huff had a decent game last game. Can he keep it going? And just who's going to stand out there is something very interesting to me. Josh Minot and Adem Bona in Philadelphia, just sort of solidifying fantasy value. That's what I want to see out of these guys tonight. Bona's third in the league in blocks. So I don't think we have a conversation here, folks, about like dropping or anything like that. It might be bumpy. It might be annoying early on, but he's doing just fine, and he plays behind Joel Embiid, who it would be a shock if he played 50 games this year. 60 would be a real shocker, but 50 even would be a shock. I want to watch the Cat stuff in New York. Cat is struggling a little bit here. He's got the injury. It's super buy low territory for Karl Anthony Towns as well. But the stories coming out of New York and kind of some of the reputable writers, Stephen Bondy of the New York Post, really honing in on this system is not working for Cat right now. And I'm really interested in Mike Brown coming in and kind of, we're going to do it my way. We're going to do it this way. And it's like Tom Thibodeau's team, maybe, yes, they've moved on, but it's also this is like a team that has their identity, and it's New York, and Mike Brown's coming in and saying, we're going to do it differently. And I'm just curious, when does that come to a head? Does it work? Does it become finger pointing? Does it become drama? Karl Anthony Towns really due for a big night, I would say. And I think the team is going to try to get him going, because it was front page news that he was just really struggling with this system and whatnot. I'll be watching Colin Gillespie. I think the Colin Gillespie stuff is great. This is where all that hard work pays off. Watching all that film.
Hey, bro. If Jalen Green is back on Sunday, and he might be, are you worried about Colin Gillespie at all?
That's why I'm watching him. I want to for Colin. I'm not worried about Colin Gillespie. I'll just put that out there. But I'm like, what's it going to look like? Like, is it going to be top 125 Colin Gillespie? Is it going to be top 150? How does this play in your league? The good news is his stat set will play in head-to-head settings. It will play in roto settings. It's just it's a valuation question. Is he going to be a 125? Is he going to be a 150? Is he going to be 100? Right now he's 60 and not that many minutes. So it's to me, all the things line up. Like in Phoenix, they don't have any confusion about this. They're just completely all in on Colin Gillespie, the way they talk about him, his role. Like there's a couple concerning, like the second game, I think he had like 13 minutes, still produced a little bit, but like was clearly coming off a bench in a smaller role. Can he really knock it out of the park before Jalen Green returns is the thought on my mind. Can he make it to the point where it's like, we're not playing you less than 24 minutes a game? Like, we're just not. You're too good. You're too valuable. He's an offensive engine for these guys. It's kind of, I hate the white guy comparison, but it's like Austin Reeves all over again. And that's probably a good question that we should tackle before we end the show. But quickly to finish up on Colin, it's just there. And it's going to be fun when it's kind of full go for Colin Gillespie, and everybody at Ethos had it first. So I'm just excited about that. I'm also watching the dumpster fire in New Orleans tonight. I think Willie Green needs a win bad, and they're just reaching, they're just drowning.
Your boy Herb Jones ain't looking great.
No, but he does this, and it's fine. They're just searching. I think I was listening to NBA radio, and Antonio Daniels was the host, and Rob Perez, and they were breaking this all down. And one of the things that they've had like 3 27-2 runs against them in the last couple games. So like a total of like 69 to like 6 or something in terms of runs against them. And they're just not, they're not vibing. They're not, I think that lineup switch last game was something of a maybe last stand for Willie Green. And now we'll find out, like, will they have anything of a constitution to them to survive? And then we'll get to the next phase. And the next phase will probably be better than the first phase. Before we get out of here, what are you doing with Reeves? Are you calling him a sell high?
I mean, there's no way he can play better than he has the last couple of days. Yesterday, Tim was like, "Hey, when LeBron James comes back," and I was like, "Not so fast, my friend. It's officially if LeBron James comes back." I don't think he has a sciatic injury. I think he's pissed off and butthurt and sad that it's not his team anymore. And he took his ball and went home, and he's hanging around. But I mean, he'd rather be at a Dodgers game than a Lakers game. So I don't know if LeBron's coming back for that team or not. And if you hold on to Reeves, he's going to ball out all year long. Either way, it just won't be like it has been this last 3 or 4 games. What he's done the last 2 or 4 games is otherworldly. And so, yeah, he's technically a sell high, but I still want to have Austin Reeves on my team. I'm probably not.
Yeah, I would have to get names of players to really get in and say who the sell highs are or who I would do this for, because I mean, again, another B150 guy. Last year saw Reeves coming from miles away. I was not concerned at all about the Luka trade, hurting him. He's that good. He's one of he might be, if he's probably like the 3rd or 4th best ball handler in the league. Like, he is that good handling the ball. He's got a straight line drive that is really hard to cover because he's got good speed and good length on the release. It's like that little scoop shot. So he kind of has you every which way. He can shoot over you. He can get around you. He can dribble through stuff. He can play point guard. He can just survey the court. Didn't shoot well in last night's game and completely controlled the game. And that's just hard to come by. And I'm curious if LeBron shouted out Luka's whatever his massive line was the other day before he got hurt. He certainly is a big fan of Austin Reeves, LeBron. And this drama, I don't discount the possibility that LeBron is sandbagging, but at the same time, that's going to be a tough one. I mean, with the focus on injuries in the NBA right now, like the is it sciatica? Is it not sciatica? It's that stuff's even really hard to kind of get to the bottom of from a medical standpoint. But that's most reports have him coming back in November. I think he's coming back mid-November, and probably to regain some standing in the NBA pecking order. But I will not be selling.
Well, and I think his plan was to come back and save the franchise and be the hero. But Austin Reeves is balling out, and Luka's getting ready to come back tonight. And I mean,
I just want to see Luka play. I don't want to see so much Luka ball. I want to see Luka just leave 20% of it on the table for everybody else and just not go full Luka. And it's cool. I get it. It's fun too. But I really like to optimize these players. And maybe this is just selfishness coming out of me. I just want my Austin Reeves to do well. But I think for like a competitive standpoint for the Lakers to go as far as they can go, I think they got to find the way to get more or less Austin Reeves the ball as much as possible. Let LeBron be secondary playmaker. Let Luka do his thing, but like 20% less. And I think that's your game plan right there. What about John Collins before we get out of here? He's had 2 games this week. I think the second one is tonight.
I don't know.
Yeah, second.
I don't have him anywhere. I don't have him anywhere. I don't really care that much about him.
Well, that's mean.
I feel like I mean he's on a team that has a boatload of scores on it. So I don't know what his role is going to be or how he's going to fit in. He's just a role player on that team.
I feel like he's like the key to what they can be. But to your point, until somebody gets hurt, we're just not going to see it for a little bit. I'm going to hold. I play in a lot of deeper leagues. I think, like, to me, John Collins is a top 100 guy going forward. And the dips on that might look like top 125, 150. And if you're in a league where that's just not cutting it for you, then maybe you move on. But I'm pretty strong on John Collins here. I think that's it, dude.
All right, let's go. Let's get trick or treat.
Trick or treat. Big thanks to, well, first of all, I got to just say this. Mike Passador and Keston Paul are putting out in the FantasyPass these cheat sheets. And lately, not only have you had the cheat sheets, you've had your buy low, sell high doc. I did a waiver wire column that feels like 10 years ago. Keston Paul just did a deep league waiver wire column. You guys are getting a ton of great quality content. Go click the links for this stuff because you'll get a little preview of it. And the way that this has come together. Oh, Mike was on the deep leagues. I don't know what was Keston's then. I'm sorry, my brain's not working. I don't know what day it is, guys. But this stuff, Keston's is working the wire. Deep league was Mike. Got it. Thank you, guys. These guys are putting together, like, when I read this stuff, I'm just like, damn, that's good. And with Passador, he's won 30 deep 3 times in 7 years, or whatever the number is. He's just like, he knows more about fantasy basketball than practically anybody. Keston Paul is right there behind him. These guys do blurbs all day long. And that, to me, like, Doc, you remember doing the blurbs. Like, that's just the sharpest that I feel like I've ever been, is when I was doing blurbs every day. And they're putting their stuff out there every single day and making it so super easy. You just, like, if you need to be quick about it, just go grab this cheat sheet and you're going to get the world-class information and have time to go trick-or-treating. Check out the app. It's free. Get to our website, links in the show notes, all that stuff. It's got everything you need for when you're on the go. It's free. You guys are going to love it. And I think that's enough pitching stuff for one day. That has done it for us. Fantasy NBA Today, presented by FanDuel. Thank you so much, FanDuel. We'll see you tomorrow for the week ahead. And then we'll see you next week as well. Peace.